keep this in mind. I'm going to present Sri Lankan cause as well to see the difference.
So, as you put here, there are jackals there, and when we came back to the hotel, Dragos told me, I think it was something else, because he was looking to the south, and I was not aware about, because I never had ear boots where I was. And we sent the file to Carlo Mazzi, and he said at the first side, here's some low frequencies, but we have to do the sonogram to see better. And in the discussion, we will say your opinion, they're only able to support the rules only to the same time. But let's go further to the talk. I will talk about our Morioticus jackal, some special factors, the case study Delta, and there are failures in the management of golden jackal in Romania. And about the applied ecology, it's a subfield or domain of ecology, science's application of ecology to contemporary problems emerging natural resources. The original definition says they're our natural resources, and I remove it because I think it's not our natural resources, but we belong to nature. So, the golden jackal, Canis aureus, a medium-sized volcanic, Southeast Anatolia, Arabian Peninsula, Central Asia, Western Asia, South Asia, and regions of Southeast Asia. And recently, vacant individuals Netherlands, Denmark, Finland, Norway, France, and Spain. But the European golden jackal was named by Isidore Saint-Hilaire, an ethologist, a French ethologist, and it describes population from Anatolia, Caucasus, and Southeast Europe, and Central Europe now. So, in Romania, the first document about jackals, it's in 1714 in Description Moldavia by Dimitri Cantelier. And this was Prince Voivod of Moldavia, historian, ethnographer, and geographer. And then recently, more than 100 years ago, there's a testimony from an old hunter, Mr. Ioriță Buică, who said the jackal, Hilac is the name of in Romania, is an animal which is not a wolf, not a fox. He goes like a wolf, but has a color of a fox. I hunted one in the year 1905 when I was younger. Since then, nobody saw jackals. And this was written by Hunter in his book in 1991. He was searching. So after that, first official report in Romania happened in 1929. Then you can see there are some sporadic visits to Romania from the east of Romania and also from the west in 1970. But the last pulsation, let's say, or recolonization occurred in 1980 from southern Dobruja, and with the first reproductive groups in South Dobruja, so in 1984. Monitoring. What is the word monitoring? Monitoring came from a monitor, and we have to follow our technique. Monitoring means that we have to be there all the time, to the time we want. Sustainable monitoring would be more large. So then another term I would like to insist here, I think you all agree that here we assisted these days to some nice keywords which show us an holistic approach. I will call it the KERKINI Canis project model, that it's has to be addressed to a geographically established surface area, and many indirect methods and direct methods was we saw here, and we started. I was first seeing them and copied them in the work from Laszlo Sabo from our neighbor Canis. What do jackals eat? This was a question all the time for everybody. Our research started in 2008. Mainly, we did stomach content analysis in 4 places of Romania. In Alba Iulia, in central Carpathian, in central Romania, inside the Carpathian Arch, we took a golden jackal to my colleague, forensic doctor, to a human hospital, and he opened the jackal for us, and we looked inside, and it was full of corn, 400 grams of corn. It was in August, fresh corn. And then in Sarajevo, 2 years ago, we found the roadkill was full of grapes. Then a sample of 16 stomachs opened near Bucharest showed us many things. We were with the hunters there. They provided all the samples. And we also sent the genetics to Wisła, to Poland. And we tried to do age measurements using this technique by in the pulp. But this about the stomachs we found inside, and you can see olive. Yeah, here you also see it. I believe you see the white leg. And this was a dead cork found in the stomach of 400 grams. Also plant materials and grass. So as you can see, also here some scale behavior. But my analysis are roughly macroscopically and not as Dushko did in Serbia, with many stomachs, many seasons, or in Hungary, or in Romania, or P.П.K.A, a friend of mine, for his thesis. He's in Hungary also. So these are opportunistic, as you said yesterday. You saw yesterday as we opened the stomach and we look inside. Here was in Mircea G Mountains this year in February. John was there with us to monitor jackals in Denic Delta, and this is nearby. And we had one female and one male. We measured them, and we did as we did yesterday, as you saw. One of them was full of skin of sheep. Hunters put there 2 days before to attract the jackals to kill. And the other one, the female, had only 2 pieces of flesh. So, the golden jackal in Denic Delta is a predator or scavenger. There are living many cattle, probably now reached 60,000 heads. This is from 1993 official estimate. Now we are trying to get these numbers from agriculture department, but it's very difficult.
I got
You got them? Okay.
I can share it.
And jackals are consumers of dead cattle providing economic services to the Denic Delta inhabitants, and these animal corpses are not cremated or buried, like here. I was talking with Kostas Papadopoulos here in KERKINΗS, and he said that here is like in Holland. If you have to announce, and they remove the carcass the second day, but it's not here. So yeah. So let's show this video from Epic. This is from 2021 with our colleagues from Ghana. Here it's a dam. Yes. Which was visited by fox and jackal in the same time.
Reduce the sound.
Okay. And here, this is a carcass from a later village in the Danube Delta, I will show you later. And Cosmin from Francia, he said, "Okay, I saw that they removed the carcass by a tractor. They just put it from the village in near the lake." So we put cameras and we got these videos, you see marking, and then we visited the place. And they came again. This is again an opportunistic method. Yeah, here you can see the same night. So we were there, we moved to the tent to sleep, and we went again. So this was one night. And this happens all the time in Romania. So many carcasses dropped there by the farmers nearby. Livestock, yes, if not fenced, defended by guardian dogs and shepherds all night. So these are attacks on newborn calves, 10 days old, mostly from Angus breed. This cattle breed, this breed, thank you, they are don't have enough energy in the first 2-3 days. They lay down and they woke up only to take the milk from the cows. So these are mostly the reports recently, more in the last 6-7 years. Poaching is not effective, as we can see here. Before 2010, these traps were used in Romania. Yes, okay. So this is how the traps were using there. This is a killing trap. And now the killing traps are legal in Romania since last year. I think we are the only country in Europe. Okay, and here I will show you what happened to a farm in Romania, as the farmer told me that he had 60 losses 3 years ago in cows. Let's see what he did. Yes, okay. So 60 cows were depredated by the golden jackal. Yeah. This was historic.
Where? Where?
It's a famous case. Then, 2021, 7 cows were depredated by golden jackals. Something happened. He bought greyhound dogs, and he poaches with greyhound dogs a lot, by day and night. He has there 3-4 greyhound dogs, and he just ran by horse, and he found the jackals, and then with a hammer he finished the job. And in 2022, 2023, this year, 3 cows were injured by golden jackals, but all survived. And when we've been there with Georgios in February, we saw 3 jackals nearby. So just after we arrived, we saw the jackals. So this is not effective. Now, sorry, and let's go to some aspects, as you know, and we stress on that already spoken here. We have to be clear with this reproductive versus background. So reproduction is when you have 2 years in a row demonstration of cubs by direct methods, or I would like to say if they fall to your playback then in 2 years in a row, you can say that it's a reproductive cluster. These are the recent expression, updated models, recent France, Spain, Norway. Here we are, it's a long movie, but this is, I will skip it. This is in, anyway, the talk is online, you can see it. It's a highly protected zone near St.George, 30 meters from the seashore. And here we got many cattle roaming in a highly protected zone. And also from 900 videos, we got 2 days with jackals. But we had jackals, roe deer, wild boars with 9 piglets, and this was in 2017. Here is Felix, both you see yourself in the laboratory. This is Felix Burger, right there where we have the. So, sorry, again. These special factors limiting or positive factors for dispersal, we tried to open common worksheet in 2012 within Gojaje, and we were looking to answer the playback to vegetation, agriculture, water source distance, village distance, meteo, sky cover, precipitation, human data, topogenic pressure, and we didn't have too much time to focus on that, but later on, Ilya did this in Bulgaria, and he monitored around 600 polling stations all year round, and looked to these factors in all Bulgaria. And main driver factors they published, it's anthropogenic ones. As you can see here, agriculture, intensive agriculture and classic hunting. So here were the most important things about those holdings, as he looked to the hunting process in the regions, and where here the host. And then here we have a picture with the 14 golden jackals in the West Dam. This is in 2015. I saw these pictures in Godul last year in a symposium. And I looked to it better, and yes, if you count them, they are 14, the same. We believe this is in Tilpan in Pelješac Peninsula, but it's not so evident. You can check that. And this we were talking about, but it's not so clear. This is a driving factor limiting or favorizing the spread. Jackal. These are the fires in Danube Delta from 15th of March until 15th of April this year. So this is what it's cremated and reads in Danube Delta. Also, as you can see here in Ukraine, part of the Danube Delta. Limiting factors are very well described in the papers of Spasov and Ilya in Bulgaria. So there are natural ones: the deep snow, extreme frost, large forest masses, heavily intersected steeply, and the presence of wolves. Now we would say that this is not a limiting factor at all. And anthropogenic factors strongly affecting the species existed in the first half of the 12th century. Destruction of the habitat, destruction made by poison bait. And I would say also diseases and natural predation by birds of prey or other mammals. And what about cultures we were talking about? If we have this red line set there in the first symposium in Serbia, and many people are asking, what is this red line? I call it the cultural line between West and East. And does human culture represent the limit? I believe yes. Also, Jennifer showed us the line between Austrian golden jackals and Hungary, so it's similar. Something happens in similar habitats, but here we have jackals and here we don't have. So this was a long distance dispersal we suggested in 2014 from Krim Peninsula and Caucasus to the western population where there were first reports in 2013. Later on, our professor Wisław Bogdanovic proved that theory with genetics. So this is why golden jackal is not an invasive species in Estonia, Lithuania, or even Norway. About climate change, I only mentioned because there are our colleagues from Ukraine. They did biomodeling and they looked to this whole region in Ukraine, and they have really evidence that golden jackal is not an indicator of the climate change. This is a map for 1980, the jackals here in Caucasus, as you can see, and they looked to the distribution in the past, they looked to the environmental factors, climate, and they prepared the map for 2050. And as you can see, 2050, the jackals are already here in southern Moldavia and in Caucasus. They are today, 2050. Ukraine is this here. And we were there, we worked with Mikola Ruzenko and all the team, so we hope that we will work with them again. Monitoring golden jackal in Danube Delta, we have these points for 20 years, and we look mainly only in this region, from Krishan to Karaman, almost every 2 times a year. But B-model approach was performed in Romania by our colleague from ACDD Vrancea, Association of Conservation Biodiversity in Vrancea. They provide links to Slovenians and as you know in Slovakia. So what he looked to the jackal holing and camera trap in riverbeds of Sinedrio River, this is not in the Delta, and as you can see what jackal holing detects camera trap does not, and then when camera trap detects holing does not detect. He also looked to the temporal distribution of the jackal during the day and night. And the most interesting thing from his master thesis is that the overlap of this diurnal pattern of European hare and the jackal was 0.8 in the region of start where he started. So for 2 years was meetings in our team and we worked together. But this actual work, what I present today, it's about the density of jackals in Danube Delta. There were 3 main campaigns this winter. We monitored 72 polling stations in transits of 16, 25 kilometers long, all across the Danube Delta, covering surface of 9.5% of the Danube Delta. But this is not so true because there are many lakes, and according to my colleague, Dr. Marinov, 25th of the Danube Delta, 50% it's water, and then in summer some fruits cover up to 80% of the Danube Delta. So this is a study area we had there, and the estimations for Danube Delta, we got in 2011 875 territorial groups, and then in 2021, I have to mention here in 2011 there were not all those 72 qualifications, but we extrapolated as we did to now. Since 2021 until now, we observed little decrement there, and this might be explained because the authorities started to remove all the threats there in containers, big containers. Here I will show these 3 stations in January 24, 25 and 26. What's happening in, these are reeds all over and channels. and the jackals do not reply there. Again, in the other station, no reply. But when we went to an inhabited region, a few months there, it's a monastery, we got two territorial groups. So this is winter, and this is a total abundance we found with 6 groups this time. I call this diagonal of happiness. Here you have Murigiol, Krishan, and Ledia. There are 3 mostly inhabited touristic places in Danube Delta. And as you can see, from here to here, almost no replies. So this is purely, it's an archipelago channel. Marianne told me that this is an archipelago. I don't know, we've been there just to enter and we monitor, so no response, only mainly to the villages. And here we've been near Ismail in February. So, as a result, we have these densities for each area. The highest is in Murigiol, 3.2 territorial groups per 10 square kilometers. And we use Sulimanka channel and near the Leka forest as a control area because there are no farms and it's nature, let's say, it's a reserve. And we got this density as a control. And if they will ask us if they want some policies, I would say yes, why not remove jackals up to this density with only one proposed sign. We will see if this will happen. This is opportunistic survey during my holidays. It's behind the Krishan village. As you can see here at 12 o'clock in the night, jackal on the side, on the other side, 12:45, then eating or searching. There were some fruits there. Then the same behavior as Jennifer showed us the day before. I cannot interpret this, but I believe that they mark as the citrus trees and production, we call them in Romania. And we have dog and cats. The same, you know, just behind the. This was one night. I was on holiday for 1 week there, and I was not allowed to do more monitoring by my wife. The only conflict of interest I had. So.
Bobby, just a question. Did you put an attractor?
No. I never use attractor. So an hypothesis for us came in 2018 from Professor Jan and I think it can be tested here in KERKINΗ with thermal vision cameras installed on drones. The hypothesis was that the jackals are entering into the neighborhood of villages from remote resting areas. Let's say we hear 7 groups there and 6 groups in the place in the field work, but they might come all from remote areas. So this we can test, I believe, with this technique. You showed us very nice. This is a Lupilor Livi in Danube Delta. It's a picture from a drone from Cosmin. As you can see here, in 2011 we had 11 territorial groups, and now we only have 3 territorial groups. Population decreased dramatically, I would say, here, because of no hunting anymore. Since 2010, it's banned hunting in this reserve of Danube Delta. These are distribution with 5 groups in 2011, and this year they are mainly near Sinoi, it's a village. So what about the management plans in Romania? Is there claim by hunters that herbivorous and bird-game species decrease, and that the attacks on livestock and cows, we did not believe, but we believe now seriously that this is a real claim by farmers, and I think we need to help them. Yes. News with a negative impact on species awareness, hunting and poaching. And what about the red fox? We saw it yesterday here, fox on the street, and we know here are the hunting bag shot foxes in Bulgaria, Romania, and Hungary and Austria. Here it's around 60,000 foxes die every year in Bulgaria and Romania, and 120 foxes, 20,000 foxes are dying every year in Austria and Hungary. So this is a map we showed in the first Congress in Serbia, the red are the foxes and the gray are the jackals. This is not updated, this is 2014. As you can see, in Bulgaria, population shift already occurred from that time. They have more jackals than foxes. I will skip this because it's online. I will tell you later. There are some local regional level hunting bag data between foxes and golden jackal. But an interesting hypothesis is red fox aggressive hunting and red fox abundance a limiting factor for jackal spreading? This is a question we have to check, and I think you are in concordance with us that something happens with this. Red foxes hunting bag data are starting to decrease. You would say because of COVID, because here hunters didn't went out, but not because jackals showed us an increment, and according to numbers of the harvest hunting bag data in Romania, last year we shot 36,000 foxes and 13,155 jackals, 1,000 more than in Hungary. And these are the harvest quota, the realized quota for foxes and the jackals from the estimation. Now, in Romania, we have this assessment this year, 28,000 jackals, and last year we removed 30,000. Let's say how many will be removed from this harvest quota government set this year. So they said we have to kill 24,000 jackals in Romania. And this is how the wild game species behave in Romania. We see a decrement in Lepus europaeus and also partridge, but not the other, Phasianus, Suscopa, Capriolus and Canis. It's the first one. So another hypothesis of research, as you could observe yesterday, I was trying to find this uterus with fallopian tubes to look to the scars, and this is an interesting issue. If we kill so many jackals, we don't look to this, and I think this is a nice topic. This is our hypothesis that where is aggressive hunting, this biology of reproduction change with more embryos. This is made this year with Jorgos in near Danube Delta, and it's from 2011. This was in August. These are scars, and these are embryos. So the reproduction biology and survival rate in autumn, it's an issue we have to address. There is when we count the jackals in October, how many remain from these 10 possible or 8 possible fetuses. And then I will finish with this. I will let you to listen here jackals as we hear here with a very clear distribution. Let's see if we can listen them.
Video.
Yes, I am closing. Zero. Thank you.
Stop.
Okay, then I'll go.
Is the first presentation you are stopping in is one of the very few about the subject from the poster, the jackals.
Yeah, so here is our team. We worked here this year, 3 expeditions, and this is Cosmin, Neayon, the driver of the boat, Ilya, Georgos, Luci, and
Didn't stop
Dragos.
anybody until now.
Kožađe, what's Kožađe? It's our group.
It's first time you are doing that.
I will present you this was Kožađe helped in the organization of these symposiums in 2014 with Dr. Cirovic in Serbia, then in 2018 with Dr. Giannatos here in Greece, and 2022 with Dr. F.D.KERKINI, and in Romania we will have this symposium in the 7th to 10th of October 2026, and you just hear my colleague Dr. Tudor will be the symposium director. So these are the topics we will discuss in that symposium, and so thank you so much.